Hey fish friends, Zenzo with Tazawa Tanks, back with another video. So I'm down here in the fish room, was just messing around, getting some stuff prepared for the weekend, and thought I would just grab my camera and my gimbal real quick and just shoot kind of a quick little video. So I'm getting ready to go to Chicago. What I'm doing is I'm actually doing a little bit of power feeding right now, or super feeding, pumping some extra food in the tanks. Normally, when I travel for a lengthy period of time, I would set up auto feeders on the tank. I've got a box full of them. But I'm only going to be gone for a few days, and there's actually only going to be 2 days when I'm not feeding my fish, which is going to be Friday and Saturday. So we leave Thursday morning, so I can feed them Thursday, and then we get back in the day. We get back home Sunday evening around 4:30 or 5 o'clock, so I can feed them again on Sunday. So really, it's just Friday and Saturday that I'm not going to be home to feed the fish. For the larger display tanks upstairs, I will leave the auto feeders running, just because it kind of helps cut down on aggression and things like that. But down here, because everything is either segregated or they're set up for breeding, things like that, I am not going to bother with the auto feeders. I was thinking about maybe just setting it up on a couple of the fry tanks, but I don't think I'm going to need to do that. I might just throw some rapashi or something in there and let them nibble on that for a day or two. So anyway, the subject of today is talking about Mbuna, and I apologize if it's a little bit shaky here. I'm not set up on a tripod or anything. I'm just holding my gimbal. So I want to talk about Mbuna versus Peacocks. I'm not going to talk about which one's better, what do you prefer. Obviously there's, benefits to both. They're both great fish and I keep them both. I am going to talk about the size of the fish as they grow. So obviously peacocks usually are bigger than Mbuna once they're fully grown. My experience is that Mbuna grow faster though. So in my fry tanks, in my grow out tanks, I've noticed that the Mbuna tend to grow faster than the peacocks during that same duration of time. So I've got some different tanks set up and I will show you my fry. But I'd love to hear from you guys as far as what your experiences are. And maybe it's just the conditions that I put my fish under, maybe because Mbuna are more focused on a vegetarian diet. So the fact that I can throw in extra vegetables and things like that that they can nibble on throughout the day, maybe they have a more readily available food source. Maybe because there's duckweed in the tanks. Maybe because I'm throwing in rapashi and they can kind of pick at it. I don't know, but I've noticed that in my experience of growing fish out, raising fish, that the Mbuna tend to grow quicker. The peacocks catch up and then they get larger down the road, but the Mbuna seem to grow faster. So I'd love to hear back from you guys and what you have found. Maybe it's just me, or maybe that's just the way it goes. So let me show you the fry tanks. So here is one of my Mbuna grow out tanks. This is a bunch of fry. You can see there that some of them are larger than others. They're from a different batch. They were born a little bit earlier or hatched a little earlier. You can't tell from the video. This is a 20-gallon tank, by the way. You can't tell from the video because there's nothing really to use as far as scale is concerned. But most of these fish are about 1 inch long. So, and they... let's see, I think these fry hatched around the beginning of July or the end of June, right around there. So, just a few months and they're growing pretty quickly. So down here I have some peacock fry growing out. I've got 3 different tanks. This batch here, this is the youngest batch. They're not that old and they're very tiny, as you can see. This is a 10-gallon tank. The ones in these tanks are a little bit more shy, but you can see them down there in the back. I wish they would come out, but I guess as soon as I get the camera and turn the lights on, then they hide. But these ones are about the same age as the Mbuna in the tank above, but they are smaller. So they're not quite 1 inch. I would say they're probably about 3/4 of an inch. So they're about 75% the size. And as far as, the water volume and all of that, the Mbuna were down here in one of these 10s as well. And these peacocks were in another 10. And then I move the Mbuna up and then split up the Peacocks. So they've had similar water conditions and you know, the same feeding schedule, other than the fact that the Mbuna have different types of food, which you know, allows them to eat more often maybe. So anyway, just thought I'd share this little interesting thing that I found as far as fry growth, and would love to hear back from you guys. So that was it, just a quick little video before I you know, get ready to go to Chicago. You can see behind me there's the fish fam wall with all the stickers, and I will also show you a quick little clip of Oscar here at the end of the video. Some of you have been asking how he's doing. So anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.